newspapers are boring for you, then go ahead and switch to Aeon essays. My preferred site is Aeon essays. I still study from them.
Yeah.
Hi. Did you forget?
No, I didn't forget. I'm in the Zoom meeting and they gave me a task and I couldn't leave.
What were you with? I am in what?
I'm in Zoom meeting in a group discussion and they gave me a task, so I couldn't say like I have to go because it's my turn. So that is why.
It's okay. It's okay. Do you want to go through the feedback from previous session?
Yeah, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. So I noticed few. I'll go through the sentences, right? For example, you said I am in a group meeting. I couldn't tell them that I have to go because it's my turn, right?
Yeah. I said I'm in the Zoom meeting.
Okay, June meeting,
Yeah.
and then I couldn't tell them that I have to go
Yeah.
because it's my turn.
Yeah.
Now, is it
It
your
was
turn or is your turn over?
it was my turn.
It was my turn. Okay.
Yeah.
The idea is one part of your sentence was in past tense. I could not tell them. Could is past.
Yeah.
So your other half cannot be present,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Secondly, you in the first session you said exam is tough. We were talking about JRF, that it's tough, and you said exam is tough. We have deep knowledge about our subject. If you
Yeah.
have deep knowledge about your subject, then the exam technically should be easy. But if you're saying that my exam is tough, then we need to have deep knowledge
Yeah. We need to
so
have.
that you can clear the exam. So you need to have deep knowledge. You forgot to add need to. The sentence did
Yeah.
not logically follow your previous sentence. Are you able to understand the difference?
Yeah, ma'am.
If you have deep knowledge, it would be fairly easier for you to crack the exam,
Yeah.
right? Are you able to understand?
Yeah.
Yes. Moving ahead, you said, I just left the exam by 2 marks. What
Yeah.
went wrong here in this sentence?
I think left is not fit here. I don't
Yes.
know what is the correct word.
No, it's not correct. Can you reframe your sentence again? I just left the exam by 2 marks.
I left it.
Sorry?
Left it. I lost.
No, not lost.
Okay. I left it. Failed.
What you need to say is that you couldn't clear the exam
Yeah.
just because of 2 marks.
Okay. I couldn't clear the exam just because of 2 marks. All
And
right.
that's what you wanted to say, right? It's not very complicated. The idea is very simple. You
Yeah.
wanted to clear exam and you couldn't because you did not have those 2 marks,
Yeah.
right? What I have noticed is, Priyanka, that you are many at times either you use wrong words in the sentence or words that feel synonymous but are actually far from the intended meaning,
Yeah.
and then you are continue to go wrong with the tenses, the correlation between two sentences basically, and you also talk in incomplete sentences.
Okay.
Here comes the important part. You have to build a reading habit. Now I'm pretty sure that you study all the day, or at
Yeah.
least most of your time, right? But
Yeah.
then you're focused on the knowledge, not on the English.
Yeah.
Correct? You need to study an article or a two focused on the English.
Okay.
Only then your subconscious brain, because you know the tense, you know how present tense work, you know how past tense work. If you go through your own sentences, you will be able to identify the wrong ones on your own.
Yeah.
The problem is your subconscious brain is not able to frame sentences on its own.
Yeah.
You have to think a lot to do that. So now the next stage of improvement should be training your subconscious brain.
Okay.
At this point of time, you should develop a reading habit which is focused towards learning English.
Okay. For 15 minutes. 10 to 15
10
minutes.
15 minutes, yes, max. Right? And every day you should read at least two articles of 5 minutes each.
Okay, I'm reading a book. Is it okay?
Which book?
It's a love story, like it's a novel.
Who
Ugly
is
Love.
who is
Ugly
the
Love.
author?
Hoover.
Uh, okay. The reason why I don't suggest novel for English learning is because they have emotions depicted.
Yeah.
Many a times, even in the dialogues, they will use incomplete sentences,
Okay.
right? Because that's a novel, right? We talk in conversational language, and in conversation, informal language, it's okay. You can use wrong sentences, incomplete sentences. But when it comes to your formal language, when it comes to conversing with people where you want to be influential, you need to be exposed to a good level of English.
Yeah.
And I think that comes from newspapers. An easy source is newspaper. You can continue to read novel for your entertainment, because again, when you read novel, you would want to enjoy the story and not basically
Yeah,
how
but while reading newspaper, I feel bored.
I absolutely despite studying. But if I want to clear that exam, I have to study,
Yeah.
right? If I feel sleepy and I feel bored, I just go and put water in my eyes and I try to stay awake and complete that task. It's because you may not like your exercises, but the exercises help train your brain,
Yeah.
right? That is a good source of article. I understand that it would be boring, but then you don't read newspaper articles. Read some article from repository or libraries like Aeon essays, Aeon essays.
Okay.
Okay, or you can read some articles or blog post on the vox.com, vox.com.
Okay.
And there are many sites to do that. So you don't actually have to read newspaper. The idea is to read editorial.
Yeah.
Editorial means journal article, magazine article, or some essay or some research point of view. Maybe you can study something from management as well. How
Yeah.
did the management change the world? The psychology aspect of it,
Okay.
right? If newspapers are boring for you, then go ahead and switch to Aeon essays. My preferred site is Aeon essays. I still study from them. The
Okay.
hindu.com. I read abstract topics, like for example, yesterday I read an article about it was the story of Aladdin, the story of Aladdin based on a true story.
Okay.
And I got to know that yes, in fact, it was based on a true story. There did exist a man who influenced the story of Aladdin. So you can read something like this as well, but it has to be from an editorial,
Okay.
right? Not novel, because I can't guarantee the quality of English of that novel. Yes, and your subconscious brain needs to be
Hello.
exposed to a good level of English, good level of words, so that you don't go wrong with words, you don't go wrong with
Okay.
sentences. That's our final step, and it is going to take some time, because now you know all the topics,
Oh,
now you know the concepts, you know, understand that okay, I should have said I am, I should have added this word, I should have added this preposition, you know all of this. Now everything boils down to, Mansi, I know this, but while speaking in flow I forget.
yeah.
That's the reason,
Yeah,
right?
I'm listening podcast also. Yeah, nowadays I'm listening podcast also.
Does it help?
I didn't know, like, yeah, but some words and some sentences I try to repeat in my conversation.
Okay, if it helps you should continue doing that, but for a person of your level, listening to videos and podcasts will not be of a significant help. But you should continue to listen so that you can work on your language.
Yeah.
Yes?